It's that time again, and guess what? It's 6:10 in the morning. Where are we? Tuesday morning, 6:10. The temperature at the moment is 24 centigrade, which is 75 Fahrenheit. It's hot. There's not a breath of wind. The flag has wrapped itself around the pole, and even when there is wind, it won't move. So I've got to bring that down and see what's going on. I think it's tangled itself somehow. So we've got 65% humidity, 1013 millibars on the barometer. As I said, 24 C, which is 75 Fahrenheit. It's very, very hot. Jim in Vancouver, nice to hear from you. Jim's talking about having to pay for water when you go out for a meal. You didn't have that in the old days. What was it, Jim? $2, you said, for water, just water, nothing special. Didn't have that in the old days. In fact, even now, when we do go out for a meal, which is very rare, we will often ask for a jug of water and however many glasses, and they don't charge for that. I don't think people should charge for water, not tap water. I know that in Britain we are metered, the water supply is metered and we pay for it. But come on, it's a restaurant, you're not going to start charging people for tap water, surely. Thanks for that, Jim. As always, nice to hear from you over there in Vancouver. I've got an ant crawling up my arm. I've just been out in the garden. I know it's very early morning. I've just been out there watering the plants, ready for the day's heat. They reckon it could be 34 in London today. I don't know, is this a heat wave? It's very hot. Yesterday I overheated. I don't do too well in the heat. I didn't sleep very well. I don't anyway, but even worse when it's hot. But is this a heat wave? I don't know what the official figure is for a heat wave. Back in the old days we would just call it summer. Of course these days you can't do that. It's not good enough. It has to be dissected and analysed and looked into and mucked about with. It's just summer. Let's forget this heat wave bit. It's just summer. A couple of years ago, under our patio roof, it was 48 centigrade, which is 118 Fahrenheit. It was hot. Honestly, the heat, as you step out of the back door or the patio door, the dining room doors, the heat just hit you. It was too much. 48, 118 Fahrenheit. That was too much. As I've said before, the patio roof, it's like a greenhouse. It's only got the front open to the garden. The rest of it is walls. It's a heat trap, a sun trap. 48. We had to shut the back door, shut the patio doors to the dining room and just keep out of there, keep out of the patio because it was that hot. That was one particular day. In fact, what we did in the end was put a tarpaulin over the roof. We had this huge tarpaulin and we leant out of the upstairs windows with bits of string tied to it and hauled it up over the patio roof to give some shade. Now that was hot. I wouldn't mind calling 48 centigrade, 118 Fahrenheit. I wouldn't mind calling that a heat wave, but that was only under the roof, which is like a greenhouse. When I went to Los Angeles in 1975, 6 o'clock in the morning, woke up early, 6 o'clock, it was 100 degrees. I couldn't believe the heat. 100 degrees at 6 in the morning. Stone the crows. That was quite an experience. Oh, by the way, that's Fahrenheit, obviously, not centigrade. If there are background noises like cars driving past, people shouting, birds singing, I've got the window open. It went up to 28 degrees in here. It's too much. So I've had to open the window. Linda, nice to hear from you. Just this minute, looked at your email message, 2 messages. Your hobby, I like one of your hobbies, growing vegetables in the garden, and I like your hubby's hobby, playing guitar and singing. I can't play the guitar or sing. I had an electric guitar in the 60s, bought it from a friend of mine, had a big amp and a big speaker. I should have learnt chords rather than just try and do a Jimi Hendrix. I think that was my mistake. I was just trying to make the things scream and wail like Jimmy did back in the good old days. He went in 1971, didn't he? Passed away. Born in Seattle. Amy, Doreen, you lot listening, Clive, in Seattle? Jimi Hendrix was born in your town. Fantastic. Anyway, what am I talking about Jimi Hendrix for? I had an electric guitar. I couldn't do it. Someone should have said to me, because I knew 1 or 2 people that could play properly, they should have said to me, look, learn some chords, then change the chords, go from one to another, get faster and faster. In the end, you'll get somewhere, but there we are. I had piano lessons instead. So, Linda and your hubby, yes, glad you like the podcast episodes. As I said in my reply to you, you keep listening, I'll keep waffling. Happy days. If you want to email me, anyone, for whatever reason, good or bad, raiserants@protonmail.com. Raiserants, or one word, at protonmail.com. Be great to hear from you. Vicky, nice to hear from you. Can I do a shout out to your mum? Of course I can. Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. Glad you liked the podcast episode, so shout out to Elizabeth. This isn't a radio station, so I can't really do shout outs, but I will. Perhaps I should plug the output from the computer into my transmitter, my pirate radio transmitter, and we can broadcast all over the West Sussex coast and probably East Sussex and Hampshire. Why not? That would be good. You're listening to Sir Ray's Rants on whatever FM. No, seriously, where was I? I forget what I was saying now. Oh yes, shout outs. Well, while I'm doing that, a big shout out to everyone in North Carolina. Hope the weather's okay over there. All those in Seattle, Washington, USA. Anyone else want a shout out to their state? That's a thought, isn't it? Let's have some shout outs to American states. Where are you? Texas, Idaho, California? Raise Rants at protonmail.com. Message me, email me, and I'll do a shout out for you. And I might even plug this into my... No, I won't plug it into my pirate radio transmitter. You're leading me astray now. Stop it. Talking of ants crawling up my arm and North Carolina, as I was, put the two together, out there in North Carolina, you're more likely to get a copperhead snake crawl up your arm than an ant. Don't like the sound of that. And what was it? In Los Angeles in 75 when I was there, the police were going around with loudspeakers on their cars saying, a violin back spider has been spotted. Was it a violin back or something? Or go indoors, they were saying. All go indoors. We were out on the lawn, relaxing. It was a lovely evening. Dusk was coming. We were drinking wine and beer. It was a lovely evening. Go indoors, the cop said. Violin back spiders on the loose. Danger, Will Robinson. They didn't actually say that. I've just looked that up. I don't think it's violin back spider. It's just a violin spider, isn't it? You tell me, those of you in America, what is it? Just a violin spider? Obviously very poisonous. Otherwise the police wouldn't have told us to go indoors. I think the only poisonous thing we have here is the adder snake, an adder. And I have seen one or two walking through the bracken outside the woods. Where was that? In Fittleworth. Also High Down Gardens up here. Lovely to go there, High Down Gardens. I was walking along the path once and there's this adder sprawled across the path, basking in the sun. I didn't see him till I got within a few feet. He saw me though and slithered away. Apparently they're perfectly all right unless you walk on them. Then they might bite you. I suppose I might bite someone if they walked on me. So yes, adders are okay, just keep clear of them. We popped round to see a friend the other day and he said, would you like a beer? Oh, all right, then it was only walking distance from where we are. Chocolate flavoured IPA or something, whatever it was. Chocolate flavoured beer. Stone the crows. I said, no, thanks, I'm fine. And he said, oh, I've got others. What was he had? Raspberry flavour. Then he had, I forget what it was, all these different flavoured drinks. Trish wanted gin and tonic, which she quite likes with a slice of lemon and a bit of ice. And there's all these different flavours, raspberry, cucumber, well, not cucumber. But it was funny, though. He showed me his whole collection of drinks, beers and everything. All these weird and wonderful flavours. I don't like that sort of thing. I like a proper beer, IPA or whatever. A proper beer, not infused. Or, what was it? There was some weird drink infused with grapefruit and something else. Weird. Do you remember Alco Pops that came out? That was obviously to encourage youngsters to drink, wasn't it? Alco Pops, all different flavours. It was almost like offering them alcoholic Ribena or alcoholic lemonade or whatever. I don't think they should do that sort of thing. And have you been unfortunate enough to have a whiff of vapes, these vape things? You're walking behind someone in town and there's this huge cloud of what looks like steam comes out of them, engulfs you like a cloud. You can't see where you're going and it stinks. It's not proper tobacco flavour, is it? Again, it's sort of raspberry, strawberry, lemon. I don't understand all that. I'm losing my voice now. It's so hot. What have we got now in here? It's 28 in here now. It's going up all the time. So I'm going to have to disappear in a minute and cool down. I don't know where, but somewhere. The trouble is with a fan, all it does is move the hot air around the room, although it does feel fairly cooling on your skin, doesn't it? The flag is trying to unravel itself, I can see. It's all shredded though now. I'll have to take it down. Apparently it's disrespectful to fly the Union flag if it's tattered or torn or dirty and grubby looking. So I'll have to take that down and order another one. They're only about £3 or £4 on eBay. I get one every year. Right, that's it. I'm on fire here. I really am on fire. So I'm going to say, be good, be bad, don't get caught if you're bad. Is anyone ever bad? I did ask you this once. I had a few emails. Some I couldn't read out because you'd been ultra bad, very bad. And others, I think I did read one or two out, didn't I? Anyway, there we are. Enjoy the hot weather if you're in the UK. I think up north it's raining. It always rains up in Scotland. I was looking the other day, is it Lerwick? Yes, Lerwick, right up the north, a little island place. It was about 30 degrees here and it's 13 up there. I suppose they never up there. Do you get really hot, like 30-degree weather? I suppose not, being up that far north. Shetland Islands, do you get 30 degrees? Let me know. Right, I shall see you on... Where are we? Where am I seeing you? I've no idea. I'm actually on fire. I shall see you on Sunday, of course. Take care. Look after yourselves. Thanks for listening as always. Bye-bye for now.